January 7th, 9:48 AM. Disc record, defendant lobby, number 1. And with that I say hello everyone, and welcome back to Pheonix Wright Attorney Trials and Tribulations episode 3 part 2. This is always so long, which is kind of funny, and that's why I like saying it. But anyway, last time we started episode 3, which was a weird one. Not gonna lie, it was a really weird one. Because the timber went over. However, nothing happened for Pheonix Wright. Which is weird, because if you think back to last year, the last December case that we had, that was a huge thing for Pheonix Wright. And then if you think back to the other December of that, well, again, huge case, everything like happens, big things happen. And the year before that, I don't think he was a defense attorney yet. It's kind of funny to be like, you now are a defense attorney. The first 2 Christmas cases you get, get wrecked. Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? But it was there when I took the coffee over, sir. Scout's honor.
Maggie! Ah! Detective Gumshoe! Are you doing alright? Hey, how are you feeling?
As if you need to ask me a question, sir.
Oi, don't let them get you down, eh, Maggie? And don't forget to eat well, okay? Always have like at least 4 cup ramen a day. That's what keeps me going. And you!
Yeah.
You better square this case away. I got it, pal. Mag is innocent, you hear? If you screw up, then I'll be doing some squaring away myself. Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest.
I think he's serious. Hey, detective, you're on our side for once, right?
Yup.
So you'll be able to help Maggie out, right? Really? Can you, sir?
Of course. Hey, yeah, I've got the situation under control. I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today.
Okay, we're gonna be rocked.
If something I say doesn't match with the facts, make sure you point it out, alright?
Sure.
Okay then. We're forming a united front today, okay, pal? You get me? Nice. Now I gotta go. I got to talk with Godot.
I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I would admire you so much, detective. I know I can count on you. Looks like it should all go pretty smoothly today, huh? I can only wish. I wonder if, like, Godot can also, like, object to people talking, you know? Be kind of funny. Because it's like, we're doing the cross-examination, right? But that doesn't mean Godot can't just be like, hey, objected. Oh, sorry about that. I'm a little tired, as usual.
Well, now court is in session for the trial of Maggie Birdie. Again, I thought it's a retrial, this is. Forget I said anything.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Oh, you've already lost your hand? Okay, fine. That went pretty fast there, matey.
Bitter.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh!
What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, "You talking to me?" It was a little, well, intimidating.
No, that wasn't me. That was the phony Pheonix.
Wow, I see. So I trust if Pheonix Wright is back with us now, is he?
I trust it?
So, Mr. Godot, your opening statement, please.
Mr. Wright, whether you're a fake or the real deal, we will find out soon enough through this trial today. But I can already tell you I'm the real Pheonix Wright. I wasn't questioning whether you are Pheonix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not. That is what I intend to find out. Oh, there's no denying it. Final Mars is the man who really hates me for some reason or another. I'll be I'm really looking forward to finding out why.
As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case once. Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during this trial. Now I will stand for a simple reputation of the evidence presented in the last trial.
I'm not planning on repeating anything that Phony me said, okay?
Now then, Mr. Goodall, please summon your first witness. Oh, it's the detective.
Let's start with the formalities, shall we? Name and occupation.
What witness? State your name for the court, huh? Oh, sorry, sir. Name's Phoenix Police Department Detective, and occupation is Dick Gumshoe.
All the way around, detective.
Sorry. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday, sir. Since yesterday? Yeah. The guy who was on the initial investigation tied up with another case now.
I hope Gumshoe's really got everything under control. For everyone's sake.
Oh, well, I see. Well, Detective Gumshoe, won't you outline for the court the basic facts of the case? Yes, sir. The victim's name was Glenn Elk. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll on Blue Screens Inc., a local company. This is the victim's autopsy report. The court accepts this into evidence.
Died of potassium cyanide poisoning. Time of death was between 1:30 and 2:30 p.m. Okay.
And here are the... Oh boy, sorry. Here are the 4 plans for the restaurant, eh?
Oh, there's 4 tables. I thought there was only 2.
When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right over here. The poison coffee was brought over to him by the waitress. The waitress being the accused? Yeah. The victim died from burning almost immediately after he took a sip of the coffee. After the time of the incident, there were 2 other people on the restaurant. Mr. Gene Armstrong, the owner and chef, as well as a regular by the name of Mr. Victor Kudo.
That's still funny that I like Victor. What kind of Japanese name, Japanese old man has the name Victor? Right? Like Kudo? I can accept that. That's like a very stereotypical Japanese name, but like Victor?
Well, it still seems to be a very straightforward case to me.
X is the victim's seat. Okay, thank you. Are you sure that coffee isn't... Oh wait, that's coffee number 1, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna keep count.
Come, detective, take up this hammer and nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands. Well, now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony. Yes, sir.
The incident. What happened on the incident?
When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. We understand that the guy, Glenn Elk, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup, and what we found was potassium cyanide, eh? That stuff really packs a punch. And, it looks like Mr. Birdie might have, had some kind of motive.
Using the dark, aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy, lady.
Oh, well, the facts of this case seem to be ironclad now. But, Mr. Wright, I would like you to ask your cross-examination. However...
Yes?
Please, no intimidation tricks this time around. Is that understood?
How did I told you that was me? Do I look scary to you?
No, not really.
That's good. Let's start then. And by start, I mean let's save this game. Because I gotta do what I gotta do, you know? That was quite early on the day for, like, doing an episode. Why didn't I do more? I don't remember. Oh, well, anyway, it's 10:30. I am very tired. However, it is what it is. And that this episode has to go live on Friday, and it's Tuesday. So it's back to that kind of feeling. So that's kind of funny. I had like no episodes to record for like 3 months, and I got kind of lazy on that. And I got kind of busy as well. Oh well. Whoa, Gumshoe. Hold it. You've got to continue. Can I stop you just for a minute?
What is it? Did I say something that contradicts evidence?
Is this for that to be true? He's practically crying. Your testimony just now doesn't match by the testimony given by Miss Birdie. She claims that there was another man at the victim's table.
Oh yeah, that's what she said, eh? And I...
What killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction? Hey! Sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe?
Yeah, it's true. The two testimonies tie up on that. They both said there were no other guy on the table.
What should I do? Should I press on this a little harder?
Yes! Always pressing. I love pressing.
Well, maybe the other witness just missed him. Perhaps the view of the victim's table was obscured in some way. That argument is as weak as the coffee at Tribulations. Oh, you've been there? Oh yeah, we saw you there. I have here in my possession a ticket. A ticket? Looks more like a photo to me. Yes, a one-way ticket to the Guiltyville. The population, the defendant. This is a photograph taken from near the entrance of the to the kitchen. This is the scene witnessed by the chef moments after the poisoning took place. Correct? Looks weird. I think the court will agree that with such a clear view of the scene of the crime, how, Mr. Triad, would anyone have overlooked the second person at the table?
Oh, it certainly seems to be to show the victim's table extremely clearly.
I got it as an evidence. That's pretty good. Oh, what was that?
We understand that the guy Glenell was listening to the radio at the time.
I was listening to his radio, you say?
Yep. He had a portable radio in this chest pocket.
Maggie told us that too, didn't she? Something about how one of them had some sort of earpiece? Should I press or not? Let's press harder because we can. And what was it that the victim was listening to on the radio, Detective Gumshoe?
Well, how should I know?
Thanks a lot. We're now one step closer to the middle of nowhere. This isn't going very well, is it?
Detective, could you perhaps tell us about the poison and how it was used? Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup.
So, traces of the poison were found in the coffee cup to poison him. And nowhere else?
Not sure I get you, pal.
Was the poison a liquid, or was it powder?
If I had to put it in layman's terms, I would say it was a powdery substance.
So the poison could have been in anything that was on the table. Sugar, salt, pepper. Do you put salt and pepper in your coffee, Tried?
The victim took his coffee black with no sugar.
Seems that the poison could have only been in the coffee. What should I do? Should I press harder on the... Yes, sure. Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of his coffee?
What do you mean?
According to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there that the victim ever drank any of it?
Oh, hey, you're right. That's what I was saying.
Mate is dead. In case you were wondering, the last objective was for the detective there.
For me?
Oh, hey, you're right. Oh, you may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you have the time to waste, you have the time to present that piece of evidence.
That piece, sir?
Yes, that piece.
Oh, hey, what piece was that again?
This. What? Should I be grateful this coffee is only hot enough to give me first degree burns?
Oh, now I remember. There's the victim's coffee cup.
Yes, the victim's coffee cup. Take a good look at the rim.
Oh, yes, it's unmistakable. There is clearly a coffee stain on it.
Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in this cup. The victim gulped down the coffee just like this.
For the record, the only prints on the cup were the victims and the defendants.
covered in the victim and Maggie's fingerprints.
Upon further investigation of this cup, we found a certain chemical substance. And what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch.
Yeah, but like potassium cyanide, I've heard of that chemical before. How strong is this poison, Detective Gumshoe?
It's, well, a tough lethal. Eat too much and you're history.
How much is too much? A lethal dose is 0.2 grams. That's about enough to finish anyone off. 0.2 grams? How much is that?
You know when you sub your ears for earwax? Yeah, about that much.
Earwax, huh? Sounds like something that's got an abundance of.
Such a small quantity of poison could have been concealed anywhere. And it looks like Mr. Birdie might have had, well, some sort of motive.
What do you mean by that? Some kind of motive?
Yeah, well, if you ask me, it's been blown out way out of proportion.
You know what my golden rule is, Detective. Chuck out a bad cup of coffee, you can always get another.
I don't get it.
Are you gonna throw it again? I'm saying we can always get another witness on the stand if you have to chuck you out.
Oh.
So stick to the facts, Detective. Now then, what was Mr. Birdie's motive? Come on, Gumshoe.
She was, they said you wanted to steal a lottery ticket.
I knew it. That's what we heard yesterday too.
It disappeared from the scene of the crime.
And it wasn't just any lottery ticket, it was a winning ticket for $500,000. Also, she fallen unconscious. How could you have stolen it? Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one. And then is it possible Maggie stole the winning one? What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Press harder? She fell unconscious. Wait a minute. The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared is in no way implicates my client. I've here in my hand the very ticket in question.
Oh, that's the $500,000 ticket. Can I see it? One of the female police officers found it when she was conducting a search of the defendant.
Ah, pooh. I didn't hear about that.
Order.
She's quite a lucky bird, our little waitress.
You will submit that ticket to the court immediately.
I better keep an eye on the ticket. The way the judge's voice is quivering. Okay.
The ticket was presented to the court in the previous trial too, but it feels heavier now somehow. $500,000, you say?
It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor. And that's on Maggie's person, unfortunately.
That's enough. Facts of this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant has ample opportunity to commit the crime of which he is charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that he did indeed commit the crime.
I like an old man who knows the score.
There is also the matter of the $500,000 ticket. That alone provides a very clear, credible motive. I mean, for that sum of money, even I might be tempted to bend the rules or two.
I don't mind an old man who is weak to the siren call of money. Oh, no good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie is starting to pile up fast. Yeah, but that's because the court has ruled guilty once before. I would say it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance. In record time. With one final decisive piece of evidence. Has it got more? More evidence against Maggie? This is the apron of the delightful Mr. Birdie was wearing at the time. Wow, that's not the cleanest apron I've ever seen. That stain looks like... can't be blood, can it? Haha. Seems the star of our player was a little flustered. And somehow spilled coffee on herself. The coffee? That's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye. Of course. The coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about the apron. No, there is something even else that stands out even more.
Something else? I presume you mean that ketchup.
Of course, I'm referring to the pocket. The pocket? A search carried out right after the incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide. The very poison used by the killer was in her apron pocket. A bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket.
Yeah, Maggie's prints were the only ones on it.
What? She's really the most unlucky girl ever.
Order, order, order. The court will accept these items into evidence.
Has a small pocket, but big stains. And the potato.
Something still bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the ketchup stain on to the court?
Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be?
We don't play games, prosecutor. The blood-colored stain that's smeared all over the apron.
That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a bloodstain. You don't need to be told, just look at it. Well, detective, could this stain really be blood?
Oh, no way, sir. That's, it's just ketchup.
Sir? Ketchup? I thought it was gonna be like, is it ketchup? No, it's blood. No, but no, it's the other way around. They're gonna be like, it's just blood. Nope, that's ketchup.
She must have gotten some of her apron while taking someone their breakfast that day. Could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe.
Wait. But whom? There were only 2 people there that day. The regular that only drinks coffee because everything else is shit. And the programmer who only had a coffee and then died right afterwards. Pull us down like that again, I'll have you drink 17 cups of coffee. Witness.
Whoa! I thought everyone knew that what it was already. I haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last ruling I made on this case. The motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence, they have all been clearly established.
Well tried. It seems you really are a phony after all. Is it gonna be that? Is it gonna be the coffee stain? I feel like that's the most interesting one. You really know to drive a man nuts.
Witness, please continue with your testimony. Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigation there.
The investigation. Okay, no, never mind. We're still gonna continue.
The crime was reported at 2:25 by the kind of scary old man, sir. Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. It must have been real tough for her. The victim didn't have any identification on him, but we figured out who he was pretty quickly, and then this investigation went smoothly. When Maggie was searched, we found a lottery ticket and a bottle of poison. And that was it. Now was nothing else missing from the crime scene.
Something was missing. The newspaper.
You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good, very good.
Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer. Try it. Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one. So, let the fun begin. Okay, well, investigation time. Yeah, it was reported at 2:25, which works with the time that we were given. Scary old man, Detective Gumshoe.
Wait, there's an old man who was a regular to the restaurant when the incident happened.
Ah, we were obviously talking about the same old man.
Officer dispatched right after the report came in, but the old guy was still made a fuss. What took you so long? Then hurled abuse at them and seats.
I think they meant beans.
Beans? Is it already open?
It was nothing. I caught each one with my teeth. I guess not even the mighty Godot can avoid being attacked by that guy. The old man was the only other customer in the place at the time. He took his time finding a payphone apparently, so he was late reporting the crime.
Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. It must have been really tough for her.
How long was the defendant unconscious for?
The officer got to the crime scene at around 2:40. Maggie was still out cold in the kitchen at that time.
The kitchen?
So it took another 10 minutes or so before she came to. I would have liked to have been on the scene myself.
I bet you would have liked to have carried out the search too. Don't say that about Gumshoe.
I would have loved to see Maggie asleep like that.
Oh, pretty and beautiful, peaceful. You're a professional Gumshoe, not a professional birdwatch. Save the romantics for your own time, detective. All we need to know about is the investigation.
Oh, oops. I guess I'm pretty red right now. But anyway, the victim didn't have anything on him.
They didn't have any. Are you saying that it was stolen then?
Oh, no, I don't think so. The victim didn't have a driver's license or even a credit card on him, pal. All he had was 58 cents in his wallet.
58 cents? That's even less than you.
Yeah, I can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than me, pal. Now, the victim sounds like he was a thoroughly miserable young man.
I'm some kind of outlaw. Why not give him a bit of an edge? I think I'm onto something here. Oh! You're telling me like this could be the... Maybe that one, right?
But we figured out who he was pretty quickly.
Yeah, and let me check some more. This was on the... Wait a second. The coffee's $8. He could not have paid for that. Weird. Weird.
Wait a second. Oh, did I say something?
Let me paraphrase what you just testified to the court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, right?
Oh yeah, basically.
In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly?
That.
So let down, he's got the whole sagging shoulders and puppy eyes thing going on.
There was a prescription bag on the victim's table along with the lottery ticket.
It seems Mr. Glenn Elk visited his doctor before he went to Tribulations.
We got the victim's name from the medical record of the doctor who prescribed the meds. That's a reliable enough source for the court.
What should I do? Should I leave this? Ask about his insurance. So the victim had no form of identification on him, correct?
Yup.
And yet before arriving at the restaurant, he went to see a doctor. Which means he must have had his medical insurance card with him.
Oh, that is very true.
The fact that it hasn't been found points to only one obvious conclusion. The victim's medical card was stolen. True, the victim didn't have a medical insurance card. But why? Because Mr. Glenn Elk didn't have medical insurance to begin with. Right?
I thought a thoroughly miserable young man.
Or some kind of outlaw. A bit of an edge never hurt anyone. So with, of course, again, Nick. Yeah, but he worked for... That can't be. He worked for a big... Oh... Not a big company. A local company. So he must have been insured. Had insurance, right? Insurance? When Maggie was searched, we found a lottery ticket and a bottle of poison. But the defendant had been passed out for a while, correct? In that case, isn't it possible that someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pockets?
Hey, yeah. Neither, pal. It happens to me all the time. With the department party the other day, and when I got home, I was wearing the boss's shoes. Keep up this crazy testimony that having those shoes will end up down your throat. Oh, sorry,
So tried. Someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pockets. Well, that's a pretty bold statement. Care to back it up with some evidence? Well, I would love to, if I had any. But she wasn't conscious.
But you have no evidence to support your theory, Mr. Wright. Continue with your testimony then, witness.
Gotta do that one again because of the medical thingy. I want to see the prescription. What was it? So what other medicine was in the bag?
Actually, the bag we found was empty.
Eh?
Yeah, completely empty.
It was completely empty? Oh! You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence? Desperate. Oh, you tried. Now, what happened with the investigation after that? That could be the Wait, I may have an evidence. Oh no, I don't. Okay. I thought I could put down the other one, the bag, right? But yeah, let me save over here. And let's see what we got over here. So the $500,000 lottery ticket and the bottle of poison were accounted for. Yup. Interesting. It's true that those two items are accounted for. But wasn't there another lottery ticket that was stolen that day?
Oh yeah, the one that the restaurant owner took. You won a whole dollar with it. What a lucky guy, eh?
And they're just going to let him get away with it?
Oh, it was just $1, detective.
I guess no one cares when it's that little. Except for Gumshoe. If I don't file a hole in this testimony, the judge is gonna give... Yeah, okay. Can I have a contradiction? I like Dumb and Dumber. There was some did miss something obvious. It must have been a real shock. Didn't have any identification on him. Ah, no. Can I go back to this one? Like, how long was it unconscious for? No, I can't. Okay. No, not that. No. It's not what I wanted. Oh, to present some things. But yeah, what could it be? What could it be? Oh, wait. Didn't I think about this one? Didn't walk? No, it wasn't that? Oh, wait. Can I present the food as being like it's expensive? No, I can't. But what can I have? What do I have that's like could walk? I found it after loads of pushing and holding and everything. I found out that the little thing that was missing was the medicine. Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There is just one small contradiction in your testimony.
Oh, finally. I'm getting all anxious just waiting, so hurry up, will you?
You testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later?
No, they didn't.
The victim was given a prescription right before going to Tribia. Where, then, did the medicine disappear to?
You are too cool, pal!
That's kind of funny.
Almost spat out my water there. Indeed! Due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial. Witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence? I wasn't there. I guess it's the most careless thing I've done so far, eh? Also, I wasn't there last time. I got assigned to it like yesterday.
The victim was killed by poison, and the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself. True.
Order! Well, Mr. Godot, what do you have to say to that?
That's all. What? Ready? Read to the court the name of the clinic of the prescription bag, if you will. What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? Glen Elg. New Ear Otolaryngological Clinic. Don't make me say that word again. Otolaryngological. Otolaryngological.
Oh, those are kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Godot?
Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bit of war wound, you could say.
A war wound?
The day before the incident, Mr. Elk found himself in a fight. He took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum. How was he listening to the radio then? It ruptured his eardrum?
Then what on earth was the prescription he was given?
It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested. So that was the...
Oh, what?
It's mentioned in the autopsy report if you read the fine print. That's not what I've read. They found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear.
Oh yes, here it is. In a very, very fine print. You're lucky I still have 20/20 eyesight, mate.
It seems Mr. Elk correctly applied some of the medication while he was at Tribune. Therefore, it would be absurd to believe that he would have eaten his medication.
Ah, okay. Well, it seems the medication is relevant to the case after all.
No. Nick, if you don't think of something quick, it'll be all over. I still have a few things, but I don't think they'll be for now. But I can't get away with any old objection. What should I do? Ooh. Push the medication issue. That was where his, only moments ago, Mr. Godot made the following statement. I see Mr. Elk correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Tribune. If that was the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime?
What medication in question was for typical use inside the ear canal?
That doesn't change the fact that they could not be found at the crime scene. However insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth, and only the truth. You know as well as I do that medication is irrelevant. It hardly seems likely that the prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide. It hardly seems likely that the coffee the waiter served could contain it either, but it did. The possibility is undeniable.
Oh, that's enough. Mr. Godot, is the defense, a detective, the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Godot? I've got my own witness I would like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there at the restaurant on the day of the murder.
Oh, Victor Godot? The pigeon hater?
Very well then. But the matter of the disappearing medication seems a little bit more trivial at best.
I wouldn't say that, because we know that he was listening in on something. And considering the portrait that we see over here, I'm guessing it was the left ear. Oh, they say that his left ear was ruptured the day before the incident now. But like, I don't think you'd be listening through your ruptured eardrum with a headset or an earpiece. Especially not the day before or the day afterwards, I mean. You don't like put medicine on your ear and then be like, now I want to listen to my favorite tunes and then just like that be a very weird feeling. I'd hate it.
However, it wasn't exploded over in the previous trial, and that is something that bothers me.
Yay, good job, Nick.
Yay. The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess, in which we will hear the prosecution's next witness.
I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups.
Court is adjourned for recess.
So he's saying he's gonna be taking 6 cups next trial. Okay. January 7th, 11:03 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby, number 1. Whew, that was close. Tell me about it. That one nearly died in there. That's my line, sir. No, it's my line. I think I already did die a little bit. So we all nearly died in there. Can't believe Detective Gumshoe. How could he betray us like that? Eh? He said he would help me, but he totally set me up. I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's got to do his job, right? It's okay, I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had him my whole life, but it really hurt this time. I felt like someone punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't even want to see him again. Ah, poor Gumshoe. So the next witness is going to be that old man from the park, right? Yep, Mr. Kudo. Lover of waiters' outfits and projectile seeds. I bet he's gonna be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty sad in his ways, you know. Yeah, he's a big old grouch. Are you going to be able to handle him, Nick? Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me, even those never-ending bird seeds. Pretty sure they're beans. January 7th, 11:15 AM. District Court, courtroom number 4. Okay. I was like scared for a second. I was like, why is it so dark? What happened? What happened?
Court would now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Birdie. Mr. Godot, your next witness, please.
The prosecution calls the lucky old timer who caught a show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? Name and occupation if you don't mind.
The name is Victor Kudo, born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what make me, mind you. I can be quite emotional at times too.
No, we don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell us the code. Just tell the code your occupation.
Oh, my occupation? Listen, young'un, how much do you think there is for kimono embroidery here?
Kimono embroidery?
That's what I do. Or did back in Japan, at least. I embroidered family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed.
Wow, a real craftsman. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe you could embroider my costume sometime.
Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. So I had to take a job working at the cash register at the burger joint, pretending to smile.
That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen. No, I don't know if he's good at like making food. He would be throwing beans everywhere.
Now then, witness, where are you at the restaurant at the time of the incident? Oh, yes, I was eating some seeds over a cup of cappuccino. Beans? What do you think these are, Beans? Seeds? Oh, I see.
So you saw everything that happened to Gramps?
Oh, did I? Oh, yes, I did. Oh, I said yes, I did. I saw it all.
Then please tell the court. We're all ears.
Oh, sure. I'll tell you every last detail.
Alright, so really getting into this now. And my voice is getting really out of this, you know. What are you in, old man?
The young man was reading the sports paper. The serving girl brought him a cappuccino, but just put something in it. The man took one sip of it and looked like he was in terrible pain and then collapsed. That's the serving girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well.
What?
Mr. Godot, she's not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress.
Oh, serving girl is like what they call in the hostess clubs, I think.
You're as bad as the rest of them. All these newfangled wards. What's wrong with old-fashioned ones, eh?
Oh, okay.
Newfangled? All these sorts of radios and glasses. It's wireless and spectacles, I tell you.
What the?
Excuse me? Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away. Well, I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. I feel like I'm getting mixed up with both of yours, the voices. Please and thank you. What did you witness, old man? What you were witnessing sounded like such a lie. So you saw the victim then? You saw Mr. Glenn Elk?
I wanted to know if Gutson's Brawn retained his championship or not.
So he was looking at the sports paper the victim was reading, huh? And at the location in question. There are partitions between tables on the same side of the restaurant, right?
So what if there are?
If you say that you could see the victim, That means you were sitting at the table on the other side of the restaurant, correct?
I go to that place to drink cappuccino. I don't go to sit. I don't remember which table I was sitting at.
You mean you go there to either waitresses? Yeah, I know.
The serving girl brought them a cappuccino, and she put something in it.
Mr. Kudo, that is a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw?
Victor Kudo never makes mistakes. I dot every T and I cross every I.
I see.
My eyesight's fine. The doctor said I only need spectacles for reading and driving.
I bet his eyes are only really fine when he's scoping out the waitresses.
That's what the serving girl put into the cappuccino as well.
I better know what's coming up and something tells me I'm not gonna like it. Shh. Tell me anyway. We need more clarification on what was put into the victim's coffee. I would like to ask that the witness add what he knows about this to his testimony.
I agree. Witness, will you please enlighten us? Oh, sure. There's no question about it. She put very conspicuously put some white powder in there.
Could have been sugar. Even though they say like they didn't use sugar. Did you really put that into the coffee?
Are you down, me boy? She took some of this out of a small brown bottle and sprinkled it in.
Could you have been adding sugar?
Sugar? In a small brown bottle like that?
Like that?
Witness, could you please describe the bottle in more concrete terms?
A bottle like this, perchance.
Oh, exactly, there is. That's the one. That's a bottle of potassium cyanide, I presume.
So what did the accuser put into the coffee? I think it's clear, don't you?
Yeah. The man took one sip of it and looked like it was in terrible pain, and then it collapsed.
It just took one sip.
You young ones, you waste everything. Those cappuccinos cost $8. In the good old days, you would have drank every last drop, eaten the cup, and then died.
Congratulations, you have earned the title of battiest man to grace a courtroom. Did they mean to write brat? So it was an immediate death. Well, with potassium cyanide, I suppose that is possible.
Oh yes, she slumped over without much as a twitch. I felt the cappuccino I just drank turned sour in my stomach.
Oh yes, I know that feeling.
And the witness? I presume she is... That's the serving girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well.
You said I remember her well in reference to the waitress. Did she have any particular features that you can identify her by?
Particular features? It's a disgrace, that's what it is.
Sorry?
You can see all the way up to her, you know, she's practically naked in that uniform.
No, she's not. So, the particular features you could recognize about the waitress is her outfit. But anyone could wear such a uniform, even me.
Mr. Wright, please spare the court any further mental anguish from that image.
Don't get all excited, Nick. You've got to keep yourself together. Okay, I guess I got a little bit carried away there.
There are other things I recognize about you too.
Oh, sure. Tell me. Sure, you say you saw the waitress take the coffee out of the victim. But what matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Birdie or not.
Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these are other features that you recognize about the defendant. I would like to ask you to add them to your testimony. Sure. There was a ribbon in her hair and her apron straps were loose.
Were loose? There are no straps in the apron. At least not here. What? You seem to remember several details about her appearance, but about the most crucial detail of all, her face.
As if I wouldn't remember that.
The witness noticed the straps of the accursed apron. It is unlikely to make a mistake about her face.
That's right, I can't even tell you the color of the ribbon
in her hair.
It was red.
That's more orange, but... So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight. There's no doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well, but what should I do? I get the feeling that there's something more to this. Let's ask about the straps. Mr. Godot, you seem especially interested in straps. Why is that? What? The ribbon in her hair and the straps on her apron. What is the fascination?
Fascination?
People have all kinds of fetishes, tried. We don't need to embarrass the witness.
Listen, you young upstarts. I ain't got no some sick strap fetish. Is that any relevant to the winner's unusual love of straps, Mr. Wright?
I was just curious as to why I was so fixated on the waitress's straps.
Except I ain't got a strap fetish. How many times I have to repeat myself? Oh, well, very well. Continue with the testimony then, Mr. Godot, and make it strapless.
Do you think we'll see they really saw Maggie do it? Well, probably had his eye on the windows the whole time. That's why I was there. But I was there for the cute outfits, right? Not the waitresses. I guess. Hey, did I just say something clever? Oh, what if the waitress Mr. Kudozo was really Maggie? Blah 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 blah. We need to go back all the way over here. And then ask about the other thing that we could ask for. The witness is back. The identifying feature you described are all things you would see from the back.
So what?
Is it possible that you never saw the witness from the front at all? Let's go to diagrams. People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. But this witness testimony is nothing but stripes and ribbons.
What? This is harassment. I tell you I'm not obsessed with stripes or ribbons. I'm telling you what I saw. Mr. Kudo, the court requested you add details about any features you observed from the front to your testimony. I sure saw.
This old man's testimony is getting longer and longer. And if I can't find a hole in it soon, I'm gonna be over. Oh, it's... Oh. A friend of mine is streaming. I'll be watching that tomorrow or something. Cause I'm busy.
I'm thinking about her that when I saw from the front.
Not even the ketchup stain? Mysterious. You didn't find anything to be distinct, but you did clearly see the witness's face?
No question about it. I didn't come this far to back down now, but the Kudo never backs down.
It's not the answer I was going for. Wait, what the way they talked a lot. I thought they were gonna like repeat there. But that was a long text file with like, we need some concrete proof that the odd guy didn't see the waitress clearly from the front. Really saw Maggie do it? Ah, okay. That was just the same thing now at the end there. Okay. So what I need to say is, there's a huge ketchup thing on front. Mr. Kudo, I would like you to please take a look at this.
I felt that thing would suit filth like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like. Just that he's done eating.
Have you ever seen this before?
Of course I haven't. You think I would forget something as dirty as that? Well, you half-witted clot.
You fell into my trap.
Oh. Oh, what? What is it? Ever since I said you half-witted clot, there's been nearly silent in here.
Mr. Godot, this apron is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning.
What?
Yep. And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means, if you had really seen this apron before... Yes, you seem to know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the witness from the front.
Oh! Oopsie! Witness! You can't just oops your way out of this one!
Well, looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. And now, I think that's like The first coffee he got since Kudo came on witness stand. Okay. Listen, Troy, here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress at the restaurant.
That being the defendant, Mr. Maggie Birdie?
Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup, this old guy was watching.
I hope you understand the gravity of the...
Sorry about that.
I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing.
Just now to quote exactly what you saw, Gramps.
You can rely on me, Captain. My dog is in perfect walking condition. I can't remember a single occasion when I forgot what a burger customer wanted.
I can't remember? Probably more like he messed up so many times he's blocking it out. That's what I think as well, but like... Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Very well then. Let's just test how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim.
About the victim... What do you remember?
There was another one of those pesky young types wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand and the noisy brat kept rustling its pages. The young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. Then the serving girl in question brought over the cappuccino. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip.
Wait a second. I was correct in thinking like he couldn't have picked it up with his right hand. Because that's his left hand. Oh, he had to have picked it up with his right hand.
It seems to me that he remembers the victim in great detail. Oh yes, I hate those you know what types who are so big about everything.
How are you going to handle this, Nick? We only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that this man's memory is shot. Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel? I suppose, but it's what I do the best. Is there a mirror? Was there a mirror in the shop? Because that's the only other way I could imagine him not seeing correctly, right? But I'm pretty sure this is the gripey one, right? So we're gonna go just hold it here. Spectacles?
Yeah, dark glasses to you. One of the lenses was green, the other one was broken. Newfangled rubbish, that's why I remember him so well.
What other one? He did have some kind of lens over his left eye, but I would have called the pair of glasses.
He seems to have been wearing some rather modern-looking shades. I guess I should have taken to wearing some and rival Mr. Godot's sharp appearance.
Better come up with something sharp. No, stop it sharp. I'll wait and see if I should challenge him about the spectacles. We'll see. Oh wait, didn't they just say he was like... Where, Not sure yet. With the sports newspaper as well. The newspaper was a sports paper, was it?
That young hooligan? I nearly asked him. Can't you even read without fidgeting, How was I supposed to be able to read the back page with all that rustling going on? I need to find out if Guts and Brawn retain his championship title.
What's his paper, not yours? If you wanted to know so bad, why didn't you buy your own?
Why are you looking at me like that for? How dare you judge me? Ow, ow.
Guts and Brawn got beaten yesterday, by the way. Anyway.
The young man was listening to the wireless, I remember that well.
Can you remember which ear? The wireless?
Yeah, the defendant thingy on, you know. Back in my day, it was one or the other. Read the paper or listen to the wireless.
Oh boy.
Using an earpiece, it's selfish, that's what it is. I was straining my ears but couldn't catch any of it.
Was it that desperate to listen to the radio?
What are you looking at me like that for? How dare you feel sorry for me? And then the serving girl in question brought over the cappuccino.
You mean the waitress who you saw from behind, right?
You're one of those, are you? You'll never let anything go, isn't that right?
Or maybe. A shark that, like, bites once, never lets go. Ow, ow, stop throwing me with more. What did I do to you?
The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip.
His free hand?
Yeah.
Which one was that?
Weren't you listening before? Clothier said he was rushing the newspaper with his right hand, didn't I?
As if his free hand wasn't his right hand, and that it was a left hand, right? Perhaps the great Mr. Troy has 3 hands. Yeesh, I was only asking, no need to gang up on me like that. The whole point of this cross-examination is to establish in just one thing. That this guy's memory has more holes than the slightest Swiss. I just need to find the contradiction, and I already found it. Kinda funny how, like, sometimes I find it, like, instantly, and every now and then I'll be stuck there for 10 minutes. Mr. Godot, do you remember what you just told at the start of the testimony? That this was a way of testing the credibility of your memory.
I know. There's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you. Nothing. If I got anything wrong, I'll eat the seeds and sing the pigeon song.
Care to tell us where this is going, Trite? According to Mr. Godot, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, while drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left.
What is this, kindergarten?
But I would like the court to please take a look at this.
That's the cup the victim used. Correct.
Yes, and on the rim you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips.
Yes, we were talking about that one before. There is a stain left by the coffee.
If you consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand.
But how?
Well, Mr. Godot, the court is waiting for your epic performance. You said you would eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song.
Oh! But no, I don't like eating these. Mr. Godot, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the winners had better go back to the park and wait. Wait!
What?
If you think I'm going to stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad, you're wrong. I don't care about the dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw. You still insist on your testimony? The young bride was holding the cup in his left hand. Oh, yes, no questions. I'm a good law-abiding citizen, I am. It's a dead young Harbor than you spiteful Yahoo, who are at fault.
Me?
Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough from you already. Don't call me old man, you old man. Been around for 68 years, I have. You can't ignore me. Listen to what I've got to say. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Godot, but...
Sure, why not hear a little more?
Mr. Godot?
But it's my 16th cup of coffee, and this is your final stand.
Thank you, Captain. I can rely on Victor.
The left hand or the right hand?
The boy was wearing the EPs on the same side as the green lens of his specs.
That can't be.
I kept fiddling with it all the time. I was fiddling with it just before I picked up the cup, and then he used the same hand to pick up the cup. This left hand. We know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye.
It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a visor. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers. What?
A monitor? You mean like a television screen?
The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called the HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work.
HD, TV, DVD, CD. All these newfangled letters drive me mad, but it don't matter to me. I know what I saw and I am telling the truth.
It's true, he doesn't seem to be lying.
And those are the facts. That's the good old black and white.
I do think he was wearing, was looking through like a mirror, or but there's not a glass in the between them. And the EP is in the same side as the green lens. So the victim was wearing HMD.
HDTV, what does it matter?
Was none of them actually, but anyway. And you're sure he was wearing the earpiece on the same side?
No questions, I could only see that side of his head from where I was standing anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious if you look at the floor plans. From the opposite table, you only have the view of the side of the victim's head.
I kept fiddling with it all the time.
It seems you kept an eye on Mr. Glen Elk.
He was getting on my nerves, watching that newspaper and fiddling with his earpiece all the time. And then he went and made all that fuss dying from one sip of cappuccino. I wanted to say to him, calm down, you young one. Just look at him, made me suddenly speed up my seed eating. I would have choked.
Okay, so I take it the victim was a walking ball of nervous energy. But like, why?
I was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup too.
The earpiece you mentioned? Which hand did the victim touch it with?
You're one of those people, aren't you? You would have tried to use your left hand to get things out of your right pocket. Or fasten your left cuff with your right hand.
Well, how else would you do it?
And when the two guys is on your right side, you'll see the famous blah blah blah. You're the only one who deliberately looks left, well, aren't you?
No, I didn't mean...
Obviously, you did the same hand on the same side of his body that the earpiece was in. Ow, ow, ouch.
So if they had the HMD on his left eye, but then it was his left hand, I guess.
And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup. His left hand.
Already, you seem sure of yourself.
Because I know what I saw, no matter what tricks you try to play on me.
See, I really did see the guy picking the cup up with his left hand. But this is a dead end. What do you think? I think the guy is telling the truth, but even so, something's not quite right. Then chuck evidence at him until it breaks. But if he's not lying, there shouldn't be any contradictions. I wonder if it's like his earpiece got like... Yeah. I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but... Mr. Godot, there is something very strange about your observation of the victim.
Huh? What?
You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as his HMD.
No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. I was just left ear without a doubt. I couldn't even see the side of his head from where I was sitting.
I don't think so.
Oh, what did you say?
You're not unaware of this fact, Mr. Godot, but the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured.
Where?
Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right. It's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece under his left ear, because he couldn't even hear in that ear.
Oh, is that true, Captain?
It is.
Pigeons. Pretty pigeons.
What? Why are you bringing up pigeons?
Order.
The witness testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the witness from behind. And he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godot. A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This old man is my drop of milk.
Don't call me milk. What are you calling me drip? I do be dripping it. Here's the victim's cup of coffee, which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his right hand. I'll never back down. I know I'm right. The lad drank his cappuccino with his left hand.
Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly the victim used both hands. He took a sip with the cup held in his right hand and switched to his left. That's what the old man saw. Nobody died instantly. Impossible. The witness was already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the coffee. Which hand the victim used to pick up the cup is irrelevant anyway, Your Honor. The facts still stand. With one hand or the other, Mr. Elg drank the poisoned coffee. Like this! Sorry, sadly, Mr. Godot, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness' memory is credible. And the results are clear. This testimony given by this witness is useless. Pachoo! Get this guy out of here.
Well, I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. But to be frank, his testimony is a farce. Did you have to be so frank? Take that, you pompous old Fuji. I'm sorry. Mr. Kudo, you can't reach me from there.
I love that. I love, like, the humor is so good in this game. I love it so much.
I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned.
Thank you. Hold it.
Wait! If we stop now, where does that leave me? Leave you, Mr. Kudo? Thanks to that blue-suited young startup shot over there. I'm just a blubbering old man who can't even dot his T's and cross his I's now.
How is your bad memory my fault?
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do either. I've kept my mouth shut until now, but there's something else the court should know.
What? There's more?
To be frankly honest, it might not be anything, but I want another chance. I want to go and crack at you, you young shark.
Me? It's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun.
Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook.
Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee.
What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you over the Jovicini you want if you come to my house after the trial. I may be 68 years old, but I'm Victor Kudo is still a man. Oh, that's enough, witness. I believe it will be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony. You betcha! Much quicker.
I can't believe this is happening.
You better get ready, you youngsters.
I gotta just quit throwing those seeds at me, would you? I'll be using some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds. Oh, no, please. I was so happy ending it there.
First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing, but I'm not too sure of it myself. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his cappuccino, but, well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase and knocked it off right over. It broke and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down, Is that all? Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. You doubt me again? You're doubting your poor defenses, old man? No, we're not doubting you, Mr. Kudo.
Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick? Yeah. So what? Probably. That's all I can think of, and I have to cross-examine this guy.
You're a bird brain, that's why you all can take off. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Your final cross-examination, please.
Final showdown.
First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure of it myself.
The court generally prefers it if witnesses are sure of themselves, Mr. Kudo.
Noisy brat, I'm warning you, I'm more savage than a macho man right now. You won't beat me with this testimony. This is the final battle. Now, ow.
Okay. Come on, Nick, nail him. I don't want to do that.
The young man slumped over the table as soon as he took over the...
Yeah, why did he hurt this?
I know that, I was just setting the mood. How else am I supposed to build up the suspense, eh?
The suspense?
Yes, now what do you think? Should I poke the audience a bit more? No, please continue, Mr. Kudo, as quickly as possible. I need to go to bed. Alright, now where was I again? Oh yes, the young ball slumped over the table and... Well, the complete idiot upset the vase. He knocked it right over.
A vase, you say?
Yeah, it was like there are vases all over the table in that place. The accident's waiting to happen. They're practically begging to be knocked over.
Well, he's right about there being vases. I do remember seeing them too. But they were like still upwards. There was a table on the table when I ate lunch there. And you saw the moment when the victim actually knocked over the vase. It's a bit hard to say. It's a bit unclear. How do you really define? Okay, I get it. I heard it break, and then the sight of it burned into my memory as clear as the day. Oh, you heard it? Soaked in water, you mean? Yes, it splashed me on the knee as well. Yes, you were waiting at the table across the room from the victim, correct? And yet the water still managed to splash onto you? It was cold! How about that, eh? Wait, let me... Up. Let me save. Let me present then the photo. Mr. Godot, this is a photograph of the crime scene. Ha! So what? Look carefully at the table. The vase is there, intact. What? Lost your tongue, Grandad. I'm no Grandad, are you, hopscotch? Ow! Enough. If you throw any more seeds, then I'm going to throw you into jail. Oh. Oh, what is it now? I just remembered something. Again? Go on. The broken vase. It was on my table. What? Ah, well, you see. It startled me when the young lad collapsed, so I stood up. That must have been when he fell over. The vase on my table, I mean. The vase on your table? Yeah, it was on my table. And that's how my groin came to be completely soaked. Oh, interesting. That is still like very important though, like not gonna lie. Thank you, Mr. Kudo. We have certainly earned your kudos for today. I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use? Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo. Ah, wait a minute. If that's the case, there's more. Got more to say? Yes, I remember something else. Bailiff, escort the winners out of the courtroom, please. Wait, listen to me. I don't know. I don't know what I could say. Well, it seems that we have been considerably sidetracked, and I am still not in the position to deliver a verdict. Oh, that's good. The defendant has not yet been positively identified as the witness in question. Additionally, there are two disparities in the testimony we've heard so this far. The mark on the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank from with his left hand, and the earpiece which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear. Well, Nick, you did it. I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts. Yes, Your Honor. There is one more thing before I call today's session to an end. One more thing, Your Honor. The witness we just heard from is most insistent that his testimony should be of use, so he summarizes according to this statement. Oh, okay. You may each have a copy of it if you wish. Whatever. The prosecution doesn't need props like that. Godot's really mad, huh? Well, yeah, I would be too. Very well then. Have you... Here you go then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies. My own, yours, and Mr. Godot's. Yes, Your Honor. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase on my seat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry? This isn't a piece of testimony. It was like a 5-year-old's apology. What the heck was supposed to do with 3 copies of it? True question. True, what the... What do we do with this? That is all. The court is adjourned. And to be continued. Oh, thank you. Oh, my side. Let's see. We should be going for part 3. Investigation. Yep. So then, everyone. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And as always, I hope to see you next time where we're going to be investigating some more. Which means we might see Phony guy Oh, phony Pheonix again. Who else could we meet? That's the only guy. Oh yeah. Armstrong, right? Gonna be meeting Armstrong as well. So that's gonna be fun time. I wonder who else we could meet, right? I guess the grandpa, Kudo, Birdie. I have no idea who else. But anyway, it's gonna be it then for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, I hope to see you next time. Bye.